So what happens when you get an NPC who has a main character syndrome? You get a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows. So Shadows has dropped its gameplay trailer, and these are some of the views that I have, especially for somebody who has played Ghost of Tsushima and actually enjoys the Japanese culture. When I take a look at Yasuke, I just don't feel he's the right person to be actually the main protagonist in this game. Because if you take a look even at another game like Batman we have Alfred, but we've never got a game where Alfred is Batman. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't at all. I think for NPC there are 3 rules that you should never be caught breaking at all. Rule number 1, know your role. Rule number 2, play your position. And rule number 3, keep your mouth shut unless you're spoken to. I still think even with a Japanese protagonist, they could have added Yasuke into the mix, and it would have still worked. With Yasuke playing as an arm bearer to our Japanese protagonist, this game would have been so good with all the fans. You couldn't have had the controversy, and they could have still had a message in a positive light. Not really with what they went with. I think Yasuke as a historical figure, if he had seen this game, he would have been so happy. But till the part where he is supposedly gay, I don't know if he would have been happy with that. I'm just putting it out there. This is why I started this video talking about main character syndrome. And Ubisoft is finding it the hard way that they make games not for themselves, but for gamers. Going through the gameplay trailer, I just find that this game looks stunning. But the problem is it's inauthentic. As I said previously, authenticity matters. And this is something Ubisoft is gonna learn the hard way. The Assassin's Creed fanbase has always been asking for a game that's set out in Japan, and I don't think this is what they were asking for. And the problem also is that Ubisoft dragged their feet to create this game, because right now the Ghost of Tsushima I think has satiated this market that was asking for such a game. I think the Alibaba catches the worm, and to be fair, I just don't think there's any more worms left for Ubisoft. And of course they have bad blood with gamers. Also, it doesn't help that the company right now is suffering a lot and financially is not even in a good place. To be honest, I'm gonna be fair here, and I'm gonna say that this gameplay looks really smooth, looks really silky, and I think from that perspective they can actually get a market for this game. This reminds me of the last game they launched, that was Star Wars Outlaws, and how horrid that was, because we had it as a glitchy, buggy mess, and nobody wants to do that again. And I think for Ubisoft, since there's a lot riding on this, they have to make sure this is absolutely perfect. Another issue I find with the Assassin's Creed franchise is just how incredible grindy it is. I just feel that it gets repetitive really fast, and a whole open world with nothing to do. I just hope that Ubisoft stops applying the formula they've been using to create all open world RPGs since day immemorial, and actually start to innovate and started to evolve and to understand the market. I think if they don't do that, then simply this is the year we say goodbye to them. I don't want that to be the case. When it comes to gaming franchises, I just think that Assassin's Creed is gaming royalty, and no matter what, come rain, come snow, it's always going to sell. But will it sell as good as it should for Ubisoft to survive? I just don't think so. 2024 is gonna be remembered as a year that Ubisoft had a string of flops. Skull and Bones was a flop, X-Defiant was a flop, Star Wars Outlaws was a flop. They could hardly catch a break. It's funny they made Skull and Bones, because I feel like right now Ubisoft is a sinking ship. Ubisoft finds themselves in a very tricky situation whereby they have to place all their chips on one bet, and that is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Sometimes when you are hearing the news about Ubisoft, it's like being the Grim Reaper and actually reading the obituaries. You're just reading this so you can actually find out if one of your targets is finally gone. There have been rumors swirling around that Tencent is a company that wants to take over Ubisoft after it goes under. For me, I don't think Tencent is a frontrunner, and this is because of what happened recently, and that is the American government designating Tencent as a military company from China. I think somebody is playing dirty, and behind the scenes there's somebody who's actually just pulling the levers as they wait to take over Ubisoft away from the prying hands of Tencent. It could be the Guillemot family that decided to sabotage the company and buy back the stocks at a throwaway price and actually take it private. Another possibility could be there's an unseen hand, an unseen player, and it's just waiting for the right time to actually show up. Thank you for reaching this far on the video, and let me know if you feel more optimistic about Assassin's Creed Shadows or you're just as pessimistic as I am. So have your say, and peace.